Hello and welcome to another Reddit video. These are the top posts of this week. So let's go. The US election map by county. As you guys probably know, the US election has just happened a few days ago. And as you can see, there's much more red on the map. So Trump had much more counties, but still the popular vote was very close. As you can see, California, New York, where Harris is a state. Percent of adults with a bachelor's degree or higher, 2018 to 2022. Okay, well, a bachelor's is very hard to get, but as we can see, in most counties are green, which is 10 to 20% of people having a degree. Only, even one county have the 70%. See, oh yeah, here there's one. In That's Arizona, I think. No, New Mexico. New Mexico, one county which has over 70% bachelor's degree. A map of the moon. Okay. National tourism brands of South America. Explore France is in here for French Guiana. Do they not have their own? Okay. Venezuela is just a text. But all of these are much better than Europeans, I'm pretty sure. Falcons with the penguins. With Argentina has a great logo. Uruguay Natural with the U. Chile looks a bit like Singapore. Brazil is great with the colors. Bolivia, great. Peru, good text. Then why is Panama, Trinidad, Aruba, and Curacao included in this South America? Well, the different one is Suriname. What did I just do? So okay, I can zoom in into it. Suriname, as they have the flamingo. Other people just usually have like text or graphics. I drew some countries. Nice one, Noah. USA. Or did they 3D? That's even cooler. Serbia. Oh yeah, Serbia in the Azbuk script and his name in the Azbuk script. UAE in Arabic. Nicaragua with Pornoe in español. Vietnam. Polska. Yeah, they all look very accurate. And yeah, with the flags, it's pretty cool. Where is this city? That's just roads. Let's see the responses. Anything? Beijing. The top comment is Beijing. This is a map I really wanted to see, and I was looking for it online, but I couldn't. Map of the US 2024 election if only third party voters voted. So Trump and Harris are obviously Republican and Democrat, and they are the two main parties in the United States. So all of the states were conquered by them. But what if they haven't voted? We could have had the third parties. A lot of people have the purple, which is the We the People, and yellow Libertarian. Of course, California was there 54 electoral votes went to We the People, as and they would have won. In No Info 28, which isn't just New York. So does New York only have the Democrats and Republicans, or are they're just not published? How many shades of color are there on your country's flag? That's a cool map. Yeah, like the United States have three, Canada two. And then, for example, like Mexico has 24. Ecuador Is that 28? Yeah. I'm from Czechia and Slovakia. We have three colors: red, blue, and white. Yeah. South Africa has a. Yeah. Lower 48, all tornadoes between 1950 and 2022. So as we can see, tornadoes, if we draw the imaginary line between here, which is between the east and the west, most of the tornadoes are in the eastern region, but they're much more concentrated in the western side of the eastern, if you know what I mean. So it's much more here, I mean, on the coast. Yes, there are much more tornadoes on the coast than the west of the country, but in like the center, the eastern central, there are more. Freedom Index map. 95 to 100 is the best. Yep, USA. But then I just would want to know what could influence the difference between 95 and 94. Like in Czechoslovakia and Germany, there's a great freedom score. So compared to Belgium, I think to be pretty similar, and I think should be the same color. A lot of Asia with the pink, which is less than 35, and Africa as well. North Korea 35, probably like a 5, but I want to see the responses if they had an explanation to my question. What is this color scheme? It may seem Bangladesh, but worse in Pakistan. First glance, true. Dark red usually is the worst in these type of maps. Um, okay, this is a good comment. I think I'll read it. In Canada, it is against the law to post links to news articles on social media. Meta and some other companies have followed through in favor of the government news agency, the CBC. Also, during the trucker protest, the federal government froze bank accounts of occasional donors. There was one case where a single mother donated 20 to the protest and her account was frozen for it. Freedom of speech here is not enshrined in our Bill of Rights. Expression is, however. This doesn't make much of a difference, but there's also a clause allowing the government to determine a reasonable limit to rights. You can be charged for misgendering somebody regardless of intent. In short, we have an English common law system that actively does censor its people, though not to an extreme. And yeah, Canada is one of the most freedom countries. Among like the Nordic countries are usually at the top of these rankings. So yeah, 2024 is a presidential election results by county. We already had this map, but this is just much better quality. So yeah, as we can see, California and New York are blue, but again, the country is red. Alaska mostly red, except this one county. But Hawaii, which was not on the previous post, is fully Democrat. Harris with 48%, Trump 51% of the popular vote. Map of lighthouses in Estonia. Obviously, here is the coast and here are the islands. But what are they doing here? Is there like a lake? Wait, I'll look at Google Maps. Yeah, here the lighthouses are for this lake. 2024 election competitiveness by congressional district. This probably means how close the the voting was between the two parties. So Arizona and Michigan and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, I think, had the most drama, as they call it, or yeah, how close it was between them. The unrestricted ages of consent in the U.S. Washington with 21. Most other states, my bad, are with 18 or 16. Uh, 17 for some reason is much rarer than 16 and 18. So this is the world interlude. This looks a lot like Laos. It is. And the bonus round. See? The five neighbors would be Myanmar, then Cambodia, then Vietnam, Thailand, and China. Next is the capital city, and I don't think I know this one. Would it be would it be Vientiane? Vientiane. It is Vientiane. Can you guess? I would say it would be here in the center or in the south. No. Okay, next bonus round. Last is this national emblem. Oh, this is Czech. What else? Now this Indonesia. This would be Sinua. So I would say this. This is this. This is Saint Lucia. Yemen, Jamaica, US, Sri Lanka, Qatar, and Czechia. What are the two laws? Is a language, right? Lao. Okay. Could be like Vietnamese, schools, or Chinese. No. What about like English or colonized by or French? Khmu. Yeah, I would not know that. See, my name is in La, and I don't know. Maybe I'm going this and this. And so this is in Lao, this is in Khmu. Go see. Then the bonus round. What is the estimated population of Laos? I would say 5 to 8. The Laos has the keep, right? Yeah, next bonus round. I think this is the last one. Oh, no, it's not. I'll say Vientiane first, then and these ones I never heard of, so I'll just put them randomly. Oh, and you're correct. Should I have said I'd put them randomly? It would seem cool. And I would say here it is 180 plus. Okay. Oh yeah, the regions of the world. The regions of the world and continents is very disputed. So let's see how far I agree with it. CUM, Canada, USA, Mexico. Okay. Central America. Okay. South America. ASEAN, Association of Southeast Nations. Okay. Sometimes I would put Bangladesh in this, but okay. The Caribbean, the islands here. Central Asia. So would Afghanistan be considered Central Asia? I think Afghanistan should be Central Asia. Middle East. Yeah. You good? Would Cyprus be considered Middle East? I don't know. Southern Asia, again, I think just Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. Oceania, yeah, the continent. Countries that are in Europe but not part of the EU. Okay. Yeah, the Europe is very specific with this projection. Right? EU is the pink and non-EU is white. Which I think there'd be clearer. There's like a western eastern side, as like during the Cold War, the Russian countries and the Western countries. Northern Africa, okay. Eurasia. Again, Eurasia is usually Europe and Asia together, a term, but here just Russia. Oh yeah, makes sense. Or the countries that are considered to be Asian and European, like Turkey, Russia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, and Armenia. West Africa is basically where the French colonized it, most of it. Central Africa, okay. Maybe South Sudan could be considered that. East Africa, yeah, makes sense. And South Africa. And lastly, Greenland, its own region. Pretty cool. Date this map, please. We had a lot of those in the last week episode, but this week I don't think we had any. So let's see. I can't do much of it. Of course, Poland is controlled by Germany. There's that Austria-Hungary, maybe. Sweden, Norway united. Yeah, I really can't do much with these maps. I don't know that much history, but okay. After 1869, Serbian independence, but before 1881, because Greece obtaining fastly after the Russo-Ottoman War. This is map. This map is formed or shows the situation of sometime between 1878 and 1881, which is much closer than this one, based on Greek, Russian, and Serbian borders. Okay, so yeah, pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is the right place for it, but how would I type these coordinates out? I Let's see the comments. I don't really understand. Those are degrees, minutes, and seconds. Oh yeah, could be written 43, 15, and 42. Yeah, yeah. Most searched Baltic states in Europe. Obviously, in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, the three Baltic states, its country is searched the most, which makes sense. The Nordic countries and Russia have Estonia, because presumably because it is closer, but most of Europe, for some reason, are Lithuania, and Latvia just in between with Romania, my country of Slovakia, Croatia, and Switzerland. London ethnic demography map 2024 last update. This just shows how diverse London is. There's yellow, very rare here. Arab British. There's the Chinese British for brown, which I don't see. White British, which is the largest group. White others is the pink dots are everywhere. The black Caribbean British is purple. Black African British is black. Where is that? Don't see. Anyway, it just shows how diverse London and the entire country actually is. Netanyahu's ME allies and enemies in one map. Israel is of course blue. It, yeah, Gaza and Western Bank are Palestinian, and for some reason, allies are not as fully countries, meaning they're in like counties or states. So the entirety of Yemen, I think this is Yemen, right? Not Oman. Could be, it is Yemen, is not fully gray and only the western part. Yeah. Africa is green mostly, and Saudi Arabia is their ally as well. What are the rest of the cities you got on cityquiz.io? Cityquiz.io is this game where you guess cities, and there are cities that are very rare. This shows the person is definitely from Ukraine, as most of these rare ones are from Ukraine. I think my rarest one ever was 0.006. It was this Czech town almost no one knows about. It was Bedřichov. You heard of it? And one time I also tried to Google the top of 100 cities in each country to try to fill the map as possible. And I started from North America and I finished the two Americas and then I just gave up. I think because it was way too long. Try to guess what this map I made is about. See, it's not the best quality, but okay. Europe, Eurasia is included, and South Africa, and some parts of Africa. Okay, what could this be? Russia, something. Countries border, no, as to say countries bordering BRICS countries, but South Africa is not included. Yeah, let's see the replies. This is a very fun map. I would love to see more of these on this. Clearly not New Zealand, as the meme. New Zealand is not included in the map. Okay. Yeah, BRICS. Someone also thought of that. But then, yeah, wouldn't it have South Africa and India? Countries with exactly one official language, excluding countries with no official language. That's a very good. But I have to check if Portugal or Japan, to say off the top of mind, have other languages. It was like Italian man 132. Control C. Control find. Correct. Hyperinflation at some point of history. First thing that came to my mind somehow. All post-Soviet countries are in and Sudan. Yeah, must be money crashing. Bulgaria did have hyperinflation in '97. Okay, well, yeah. Countries which had hyperinflation. Obviously, Zimbabwe is one of the more recent ones right now. Venezuela, yeah. The post-Soviet countries makes sense. But yeah, the more comments. Let's see. A tiny for you. It is something countries had in the past, but Sudan moving through now. Okay. So yeah, he was giving hints, so people could have gotten it. Very popular. 122 replies. There's a few more. Before we all start looking at red slash blue maps for days, here's a map showing the legality of owning a kangaroo. It's illegal in most states, but without a permit, you can have it in Wisconsin, West Virginia, and South Carolina. After these elections, like you said, to look at red and blue maps, this could change, but probably not. Logos of municipalities for Indian states slash union territory capitals. Yeah, I don't know much about Indian states, but if anyone cares, I'll pause for a bit so you guys can read or look at it. This one is very interesting in my opinion because most of them look like crests, but this one is like a very modern one looking. This place in Quiz City, IO has 8 people. Yeah, I already talked about that one time, the small cities in this website, but when I was playing, one city I found had exactly 0 people. Actually, like three Italian cities had 0 people, which I typed in. My interpretation of Jurassic World. Okay, Catholics in Brazil. So the Eastern is much more Catholic. Okay, what if the Great Migration went differently? Map of Europe. The 1000 map of Great Migration. Yeah, map of the Great Migration. Helvets went to UK, to the Baltics, obviously. Slavs. Yeah. Portland, Maine voting map. Another voting map, okay. City of Portland, Maine. Okay. Can anyone identify the origin of the USSR map in this Metal Gear Solid Free Flyer? Okay. How do you even know it's a USSR map? Okay, let's see the replies. What can they find from a picture like this? This would be really impressive. Sadly, I don't think so. Yeah. East Russia map, not USSR. Maybe the site was hard to find. Yeah, nothing much. Is your country in the UN? Sorry if I labeled some countries wrong. Okay. So is your country a part of the UN? Permanent Council members? There's USA, France, UK, Russia, and China. I think are the five. And council members for 24-25. Every year there's a few council members that are rotating. There's like 15 of them, I think. Yeah. Yes, are most of the countries. And the permanent council members is something that there's a lot of disagreements about it because a country like India, which is now the most populated country, does not have a permanent council member because this was from the year 1945, right after Second World War. So now they were talking about changing it, but I don't think they're changing. Territories with parent countries in the UN. So obviously, all these territories like Greenland or all these French or British islands don't have their are not in the UN directly, but their countries like Denmark, UK, France, Netherlands are in the UN. From these that are not is Western Sahara, Kosovo, Taiwan, Macau, and Hong Kong. Yeah. The North African Campaign 1941 animated map. Okay, and we'll finish with this video by underscore Dizzy underscore musician underscore 1026. Oh, I will not end with this.
Germans at Halfaya Pass. The 5th Light Division tries to
No, and
swing around
this
and flank the
20,
British.
18
The
minutes,
British react and cause some damage, but
20,
once
18
again, the
minutes
Germans
video.
fake a
But
retreat
if
and lead
you
the
want to
British
watch
right
it,
into
it's
another
my
line of
unfree. There's
88mm
149
cannons,
subscribers on
once
YouTube.
again with
So
devastating effect.
if you're
This
interested in this,
battle in
definitely
this
go check them
region
out.
is an open flat terrain,
Yeah.
meaning it's a battle of
Everyone
maneuver
knows this.
and range.
How globalized is the most globalized city in your country? Okay, we'll end with this. So Alpha Plus Plus would be the most globalized, which is here like London, New York probably, and no globalized cities. Which I don't know what globalized exactly means, but yeah, some countries don't have any globalized cities, and this is changing as we can see because he said 2024, 2022, and 2020. So, for example, my countries we have an alpha minus and a beta, which is the same as like Argentina or South Africa, Czechia, and for Slovakia it's like Finland. I think is the same color or Norway. And here, this is the last one, which has a lot of the countries in the blue in the alphas. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, I will do it once a week or twice a week based on how many likes we get by next week Friday. If you get over 10 likes, I'll do it on the next Friday, and if not, I'll do it in 2 weeks. So thank you for watching.